Everyone, and thank you for coming out tonight. Anybody know the score of the hockey game? Red Wings, Tampa Bay, 7th game? No? Okay. I also want to thank the other candidates for being here this evening. You know, it's been my honor to be your MLA since 2008, and I stand by my record over the last 2 terms. In 2008, when I first ran, the #1 issue I heard from you, and I heard from Town Council, was the need to replace the Edson Hospital. So we worked together. And on February 14, 2011, we announced the land was acquired and would be replaced. We hired a design firm. And after consulting with the community in the fall of 2012, we expanded the project to include renal dialysis unit and the number of continuing care beds from 26 beds to 76 beds to reflect the needs of the region. And as you all know in Edson, you go by it all the time, the construction is well underway, and the hospital opened in 2016. It is now a $200 million project that will serve this region well. I worked on a number of other projects as the MLA, and again did it in consultation with your town council and with citizens of this community. We looked at the replacement of the A.H. Dakin School that we're about to do, and I visited that today. We replaced the expansion of the Parkland Lodge in Edson that people said was a priority, and you were at the announcement that we've seen that the plans are done to move forward on that. And working with Evergreen Society, it'll be a first-class facility for our people that are aging in Edson. I supported the spray park, funding for the Boys and Girls Club, the community garden, the Evergreen School playground, upgrades to the recycling bin, the museum, paving the airport road, and also working very hard to the point where we're almost ready to announce the new Edson Regional Airport, which will do well for this riding. As we look forward to the future, there's some stark differences between what our party proposes and what other candidates are saying here tonight. First of all, let's start talking about jobs and the economy. Edson is a very diverse economy. We depend on the coal industry, we depend on oil and gas, and we depend on forestry. The NDs have already said in their platform that they want to shut down the coal industry. They want to shut down coal-fired generation across Alberta, which is going to lose thousands of jobs. The NDs have said they're not going to support the Gateway Pipeline, a pipeline that's already been approved by the National Energy Board. A pipeline that we need to get our goods to Tidewater so we get the best price we can for the bitumen that we mine in this province. As a matter of fact, we need all 4 pipelines. We need Gateway, we need the XL Pipeline South, we need the Kinder Morgan Pipeline to Vancouver, and we need the pipeline going east to the Maritimes, which will help Quebec fill up their refineries, and the excess can be shipped out of New Brunswick. So we have to make sure that we put people in office that are going to go out there and fight for your jobs and fight for the economy of this local region. And I've done that for the last 7 years. I've been a strong advocate for oil and gas. I've been a strong advocate for the coal industry, and I've been a very strong advocate for the forest industry moving forward. Also, I want to talk about the plans. And this election is about who has the best plan going forward to look after our economy and look after the future of this province as we continue to grow. We're now a province of over 4.2 million people. And even with the economy not doing as well in the oil and gas industry, we're still going to see 80,000 new Canadians come to the province of Alberta. And they're coming here because there's hope, there's jobs, and it's a great place to raise your family and provide a livelihood for yourself. And the people in this room that are here, and I see people here that are a little older than I am, you came here for those same reasons. Some of you are lucky to be born here, but like myself, I came here because it was a place for me to have an opportunity to be successful. I came from a province that voted in NDP government, and that government destroyed that province, just as it did BC. So Jack Mintz, who's a very prestigious economist at the School of Public Policy, University of Calgary, wrote an article in the Edmonton Journal. And he talked about the 3 plans. And I don't have time to go into the plans of the Wild Rose or the NDP, although he says they both do not make sense. He said that leaves the PC party with its middle road policy stance, with relatively small increase in taxes that, in my view, do not erode the Alberta tax advantage. Together with spending restraint that does not deeply undermine the public services needed for growth, sure, one might argue for smaller or higher tax hikes or some more or less spending than offered in the March budget. However, the overall goal should be to maintain the Alberta advantage as we get through these difficult times. A balanced approach is appropriate at this time. Personally, I will vote for the policies that sustain the Alberta advantage. Thank you very much.